All right, it's almost football season. It's a week away. The Bucks play the Falcons, and Gonna talk about the rosters. All right, quick, go vaguely through it, and my concerns on the team, and my predictions on how the Bucks will fare out. No, the 53-man roster. It was revealed yesterday. They cut 22 players. I'm sure about 10 of them will get to the practice squad. And the rosters, you pretty much know. The quarterback situation in Jameis Winston, how he will respond in second year. And the running backs, you pretty much know it's Doug Martin. And the wide receivers, it's Vincent Jackson and Mike Evans. In the third slot is Adam Humphries, and the tight end is pretty much you'll see between Cameron Braid and Austin Seferian Jenkins. And the offensive line, excuse me, is pretty much with Donovan Smith, Kevin Panfield, Howley, and Ali Marpet. He'll probably he's coming back from an injury during the preseason game. And Demir Dotson, the right tackle, just got an extension not too long ago. And pretty much that's pretty much a wrap for the offense. And the defense is pretty revamped from last year. And they acquired Robert Ayers from the Giants to provide pass rush. And Clinton McDonald and McCoy at the interior. And you have Jockey Smith that's going to have to respond this year. It's going to be a big year for him, or else there's a guy named Noah Spence going to be breathing down his neck. So that's the defensive line. And you got the linebackers. To me, this is solid in the defense. You got Darryl Smith. Kwame Alexander is going to be an up-and-coming linebacker in the NFL. Don't be surprised. He'll get a run at the Pro Bowl. And Levante David, you know what you're getting out of him. No worries about him in that department. And cornerbacks, they're pretty much revamped too with Brent Grimes. And pretty much you might see Vernon Hargreaves. I believe they're gonna pencil him as a starter. I'm not sure. You gotta help me up on that, or throwing Altron Werner out there. It's the third down corner, and the safeties are Conti and McDougal. And the kicking situation is that they drafted Aguayo, and they did the punting situation. They cut that down between Jacob Shum and Anger, and Anger won the competition. I mean, Shum got cut and went to the Packers. And you look at the kicking return situation with Adam Humphries, a punt return, and the kicker return. That's what we're going to have to talk about here. The main concerns on this team, I'm going to look at is safeties. Conti and McDougal. If they provide the pass rush, and then you got three. If they have a pass rush of the front four, they can get to the quarterback. And that means the receivers will get open, especially downfield. And the safeties, they're gonna have to pick up the slack here, and that's where they got a little concern there. When I seen the game against the Browns, where Josh Gordon got beat Grimes deep, and the safeties, it might need a little help there. They came in late, like Conti and McDougal. That depth is not good. That's my number one concern. It's the safety position, and And following to that, my second concern is the defense. They responded well with let let the preseason in sacks, but will that translate in the regular season? We will see about that. And my third main concern is the like the wide receivers besides Jackson, Evans, and Humphreys. Who's going to step up as the fourth receiver? Will it be Shepard? Will it be can't think of on top of my head who's after that? And Lewis Murphy, he's on the injured list. You can't count on him. And also that leads to the tight end position of Cameron Brate and Austin Safarian-Jenkins. Cameron Brate, you know what you're getting out of him. He has reliable hands in the red zone. He kind of reminds me of Dave Moore a little bit. But can he improve to the next step? He's just more than a red zone guy. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins, he's either put up or shut up with him. Or else they're going to have to be on the market, whether it's free agency or the draft, to be looking for a tight end. And that's reliable to take a little less pressure off of Winston when the wide receivers get double covered. And with Austin Safarian-Jenkins, he's going to have to pick up the slack. He's either, when you rely on him, it's either he's hurt, or when he's healthy, he either disappears or he shows up in the fourth quarter down 3 touchdowns. You got to see more productivity from that tight end. And they carry 5 tight ends, of which, it's Myers, Jenkins, and Brate. And they have Stocker and Cross. They're going to be the blocking tight ends, using similar packages and formations with Dirk Cutter will use there. And at least the progression of Jameis Winston. Can he duplicate or even better than 2015? Can he work on the short to intermediate passes? Can he work on the red zone? Can he make the red zone lead to more points on the board? Last year they were right in the red zone, but they couldn't capitalize, which led to field goals. And another concern is the offensive line. Can it repeat from last year? I think it can, but the weakest point is the left guard position. Even though Kevin Pamfield fills in that slot properly, he's a nice little fill-in. But with J.R. Sweezy being hurt, probably he'll come back in week 5 or week 6. How he will respond back from the back problems that he had. That's my main concern. The left guard position there. I'm sure they have some depth there behind Panfield. There, and people are looking at the waiver wire at Josh Sitton and some other guys there. I'm surprised he got cut from the Green Bay Packers, a 3-time Pro Bowler. But no, I'll give it a pass and ride it out with Panfield and see how that works out. And when the Buccaneers take excuse me. I know when it comes to the Buccaneers and damn. When it comes to the Buccaneers and taking flyers on players. It's not good. It's not good. But however, they should have drafted a left guard in that position about 2 years ago. Well, they have guys like Gabe Jackson and Trey Turner that were out there on the board. They swing and missed on him, and therefore they got Logan Mankins, which is a good short term. But he retired. Now they went out to get J.R. Sweezy, and now he's hurt. And now they have to write with Kevin Panfield. That's gonna be a little of a concern, but not too concerned because you know what you're getting out of Panfield. He's pretty much a serviceable left guard. Also can play offensive tackle as well when you need him. And my other concern is the the return game. Will Humphreys provide the return game with that they've been looking for the last few years? He did it in Clemson, but let's see how that works out. In the kick return, since Dante died, did it. He did it during the preseason. Now he got hurt. They put him on waivers, and they're gonna have to look in that department, see who'll be good in that position. They're gonna get an guy from the outside of the organization. We're at that spot. Look at Ryan Smith, the rookie, and pretty much a Russell Shepard. Who knows? That's something to think about. And let's see another one. How they respond to Mike Smith's first year as a defensive coordinator. Let's see how it's really utilized with this roster as it is. But my least concern is Aguayo. I know he has the talent. He has his rough. He showed that he had rough outings for the first two games they were going at, but I'm not going to give up on him right away. No, I'll just let him ride out. If he struggles, if he costs games, when it comes down to a situation that it comes down to him, if he falters the first 3-4 games when you really need him in the clutch situations, then there's a little concern there. Then you could bring in a kicker that will push for competition and put a swift kick in the ass. Then make him work hard. If it continues, oh wow, I'm a Roberto Aguayo's supporter. I want him to do well, but I don't understand. Fans get on him because he's the second round pick. But I'm not giving up on him. I don't understand at the time, but as it goes along, I can see the logic behind it. That's a wait and see in that department. As last but not least, my predictions for the Buccaneers. It's going to be 7-9 and 8-8, right around that ballpark. 7-9, no worse than that, and probably 8-8 at best. I'll stick. Otherwise, I'll stick with 7-9. To me, this team will be competitive, exciting to watch, but they're another year away from being playoff contenders. I believe they'll finish in second place behind Carolina. Probably they'll finish at 10-6, and and pretty much after that, the division is wide open between the Saints, Atlanta, and the Bucs. I hope the Buccaneers prove me wrong. Could go better than that and make the playoffs, but 7-9 is pretty much reasonable. And that's pretty much it. We'll see what you guys think. And I'll probably post up my NFL predictions and who'll be in the playoffs and who'll be in the Super Bowl later on. So, give me your comments and thoughts. I'm about to head out. Take care. Have a wonderful day.